Hi Capricorn. So I'm Jody with Soul Purpose Tarot. I live in Carmel, Indiana. Welcome to my channel if you're new. First thing I am going to do is pull out 4, 5, 6, however many fly out tarot cards just to kind of get a read on the energy, what we're talking about, and then I clarify from there. We got all kinds of cards coming out for you guys, so you have a lot to say today. So I have got 5 right there. I will stop for now and see what's going on. King of Pentacles. You are not feeling very secure with your money right at the moment. Otherwise, you would be in the upright position. So something's happened with your money. It's, I don't know, either you've lost a job, someone in your family has lost a job, you've taken a cut in pay. Something has happened with your income, though, I feel. And the next one is Page of Cups. So you're feeling a little emotional about it. I feel like you're feeling more than a little emotional about it. You're feeling a lot emotional about it. And you're speaking your mind and crying a lot. So whatever happened has upset you. And I feel like you're maybe taking it out on other people. So you're not holding it in. And it's more of a, I feel like you're bitching a lot about it. The Tower card came up in the reverse position. So the Tower card is over, but it's still hanging on. Otherwise, it wouldn't have come in. Let me think about that. Is the Tower card over or is the worst yet to come? It could go either way. Something major happened that has put you in this situation of not feeling comfortable about your money. But I feel like there's more to come with the Tower card. It's like, okay, so it's like, I feel like I'm seeing domino effect. It's just like, it's like the losing the job was the first thing. And then this is going to happen and this is going to happen and this is going to happen. So I feel like it's kind of like a domino effect. And one thing after another is kind of a chain reaction of something. And the Justice card came out. You're working diligently on getting balance back into your life somehow. And in the process, there's some major judgment coming to somebody. Holy cow. So we have 3 major arcanas. You're looking for some balance, but at the same time, you're looking at some major judgment coming to somebody in the process because you feel like this Tower moment was somebody else's fault. Somebody else did this, and you're feeling very much like the victim. So I don't know who did this to you, but whatever the case is, I feel like you're kind of wanting to get some revenge against them because somebody else has totally screwed up your life. Or at least you feel like somebody else screwed up your life. And at this point in time, you're really not wanting to take any kind of responsibility for this whatsoever. Unfortunately, you're going to find out down the road that everything that happens to you is your responsibility. So where do I go from here? I'm going to use these for now. These are the Psychic Tarot by John Holland. Let's get some clarifiers on this Tower moment, getting this balance and getting some justice on another person who you think has created this situation in your life. Seldom is it truly somebody else's fault when something bad happens to you. Generally, I just had this conversation with a girlfriend of mine. Your outer world reflects what's going on in your inner world. So if your outer world looks like shit right now, it's because your inner world has been doing that for a while. And once you get your mind crap cleaned up, then your outside world starts presenting itself in a much prettier situation. So I think that is the lesson that is to be learned here right now, is you're trying to blame somebody else for everything going awry and everything going off the rails and not looking pretty right now. But your own mental thoughts have created this, believe it or not. And nobody ever taught you that in grade school. Nobody ever taught you that how you think about things is how you create things. I am a, big proponent of law of attraction. And this goes this way. So the first one that came up was your third eye chakra. So you need to be using your intuition better. If you had used your intuition better, you would not have gotten yourself into this situation in the first place. You wouldn't have been hanging out with that person. You wouldn't have been doing something that you shouldn't have been doing that helped create this tower moment. So intuition goes so right along with responsibility, is because your inner voice was telling you once upon a time what to do, and you chose to ignore that. And then this crap kind of came out. So in this case, you can't really blame anybody but yourself. This came up in the reverse position. So this says conflict and deceit. I feel like this is saying that you are wanting to blame somebody else for all of this, but you really, really need to blame yourself for all of the crap that's going on. Is, again, because if you'd followed your intuition when it was telling you, don't do that, don't hang out with that person, you don't want that job, you don't want to do this, you don't want to do that, and you overrode that, this is what's created, is because your inner guidance system was trying to tell you what to do, and you were like, I know better. No, you don't know better. Your mind does not know better. Your heart is where it's at. And that inner guidance that's connected from your higher self to your heart is that, is your oversoul, your higher self, your inner GPS that will never, ever, ever steer you wrong. One of the best ways to find out what it is saying is to journal. Spend 30 minutes, 45 minutes writing what's going on and how you're feeling. And if you have a decision to make and you don't know which way to go, if you journal that out, the answer is going to show up in the long run. Hope just came up, except I'm not absolutely sure if it came up in the upright or in the reverse position. So since I grabbed a hold of it like this, I'm going to assume that it came like this. Gosh, my neighbors are noisy. There is hope to change this situation, but it's not, most of the time, it's not anything that happens overnight. A mental reprogramming is going to have to happen. And it's happening with a lot of people right now, I think. Solar plexus, and this is, that's interesting. Looks like 2 chakra cards came up, so it sounds to me like your chakras are out of balance and you need to do some chakra work and to get yourself into balance, because remember the Justice card came up and you're trying to get some balance. So maybe that's one of the first things that you need to do, is start doing some chakra balancing. There's all kinds of videos on YouTube, meditations and different stuff that you can do to balance your chakras. Essential oils can help balance chakras. Crystals can help with that. There's all kinds of things that you can do to work on that situation. So, all right, I'm done with these cards. Let's see. Let's work on some emotions and see what kind of emotions we're working with right now. Besides blame. Okay, oops. You're feeling very desperate at this moment. Well, of course, anytime a tower moment hits, You're always going to feel desperate because it feels like the rug got pulled out from underneath of you. And I can speak of this because I sold real estate for a long time. And when the market tanked in 2008, the rug literally did get pulled out from underneath of me. And I went from making X amount of dollars to almost nothing. And I was in free fall for a while. And talk about being in a panic and not knowing what to do. So at this point in time, I feel like you are feeling some guilt at this. I should have done things differently. I should have done this. I should have done that. You're beating yourself up now about I should have listened to myself, and worrying about what you should have done in the past isn't going to do you any good. Worrying about the future isn't going to do you any good. If you can, bring yourself into 24 hours at a time. Take it one day at a time. Worry about today. So many things can happen in 30 or 60 days. It's just, let's put it this way. The universe has your back. You don't know that at this point in time, but this is all happening because you want something different in your life. You haven't been happy with things. And I would be willing to bet that there is nobody out there that can argue with me. But if you can, I'd love to hear it. I would love to hear if you say, I was 100% happy with my life when the tower fell and my whole life got shaken up. If you can truly tell me that you were really, really happy, I would like to hear that story. Because generally, the shakeup happens because you haven't been happy and you have been wanting something different in your life. So, tell me I'm wrong. Please, tell me I'm wrong. What other emotions are we dealing with here? Stubbornness. Okay. Way too many cards. There's one. Regretful. Remorseful, sorry, repentant. Yeah, you're spending a lot of time in the past thinking, I should have done this, I should have done that. Well, it's too late to do that now. All you can do now is take what you learned from the past and shift your perception of things and move forward so this doesn't ever happen to you again. That's the main thing, is change your thoughts. Wayne Dyer, I love Wayne Dyer. If you've never watched him or listened to him or anything, read his books, he was one who always said, change your thoughts, change your life. And boy, is he right, you know, again. See, that says confused. I don't know if you're confused or not. It came up kind of upside down, but I don't know if you're not confused, what you're not confused about. One more. Too many. Too many. One more. Empowered. At the end of this, if you start changing your thoughts and thinking that you are deserving of happiness and everything that you have ever wanted, you will start feeling more empowered. I think right now you're feeling very disempowered because, of course, everything's falling apart out from, you know, literally falling apart from underneath of you. But that's all going to work itself out. If I remember correctly, I said probably 6 months. You're probably going to have some choppy waters for about 6 months. Just kind of keep your eye on one day at a time. And I think you'll be surprised at some of the things that pop up along the way to help you get through this situation. You may have to lean on family and friends a lot for now, and that's okay. You know, sometimes that happens. I'm going to do some numerology cards and see what else we have going here. I did shuffle these before. I don't know why I'm shuffling them again. All right. What other advice do you have, universe, for Capricorns in this time of desperation? Things to do to keep themselves from losing their mind. I feel like that one wants to come out. I'm going to highly suggest to get your hands on some lavender oil. There's some oils that you can use to help sleep at night. You probably, unless you get control of that mind chatter immediately, you're probably going to have some sleepless nights about what to do. And I am very happy to say that this does not seem to resonate with me because I am a Libra Sun, Capricorn Rising, Sagittarius Moon. Okay, let's see what we got. Okay. Look at this next few months, these next few months as an adventure. Do your best to let go of control and let the universe take you where it wants to take you. So don't get on the boat thinking you're going to drive it, because you're not. Get on the boat and let the universe take you where it wants to take you. And that is one of the hardest things to do in the world, is let loose of control of how you want things to be and let the universe handle it for you right now. Because you may, you may be thinking you need to head this way, but the universe goes, no, you told me once upon a time that this was what you wanted. And in order for you to get over here, we've got to go this direction. And, you may have like some jagged roads, but this is where you ultimately want to be. So let me take you here. Do your best not to grab the wheel and try to point yourself off in that direction, because it just takes you longer to get there. And in the process, give yourself some love, lighten up on yourself, and you do what you do until you know better. And now you know better. Now you know that the reason this all happened was because you didn't have your thinking on straight. A lot of that was programming that came from parents, grandparents, teachers, not feeling worthy, not feeling good enough, feelings of abandonment, very major core wound issues that are coming up right now. And this is going to be part of that internal washing out and getting rid of a lot of the infection, the negative thought infection that takes over our bodies and our minds as we are growing up. And I don't know if that makes any sense or not. If it does, somebody tell me. I know what I'm talking about, but I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. I'm going to do a couple of sacred power reading cards. But first I'm going to do whispers of healing. The universe always has something good to say with my whispers of healing. This is going to be a very healing time for you. It's going to be painful, but it is also going to be very healing when it's all done and over with. So let's see what your higher self and your guides and anybody else out there has to say about this situation. Alternative. Okay, so what that tells me is, I guess that goes along with you're going to take an alternative route to get where you want to go. There are alternatives, different ways to get where you want to go than what you thought. This is where you kind of have to let the universe take over and let you take you on that, let it take you on that alternative route. And there's going to be major transformation that's happening. I know you probably can't read what that says. I can barely read what the bottom of that says, but it says transform. So this is going to be a very major transformative time. I think you will be very happy with how things turn out in the end. I do believe there are some very good things happening from this whole situation. And these two. Control. Let go of control. We already talked about that. Let go of control. And try to nurture yourself and not be so hard on yourself. Again, we do what we do until we know better. And now you know better. You know not to do that again. You know you need to listen to your inner guidance. You know you need to work on your intuition. You know you need to clear your chakras and get those in balance so everything else is in balance because they all affect everything in your life. Okay, now I'm going to do 2 sacred power cards and then we will be done. Let's see what else. Is there anything else of guidance that you have to say, universe? I love these cards. They're so pretty. Sacred Power reading cards by Anna Stark. Abundance is coming. That's what the universe is trying to get for you. And frankly, it's already here. If you really think about it, okay, so this is something else they want me to say. You are going to be prone to focusing on what you do not have right now. Do not do that. You need to focus on what you do have because the universe will bring you more of what you focus on. So if you focus on, I don't have this, I don't have this, I don't have this, the universe is going to go, oh, that's what they think about all the time. Let's give them some more of that, what they don't have. I would highly suggest focusing on what you do, whether it is I can breathe, I can walk, I have a roof over my head, I have food to eat, whatever little things that you can come up with. I mean, if it's 10 things and it's that I got out of bed this morning and that is it, then that is all you can do, then do that. And the last one is transformation. That came out on the last one I did. This is going to be... Oh, it's already come up. No. I knew I'd seen that. 2 transform cards. This whole thing is about transforming you from who you are now to get you into a better place. I don't know how much more clear the universe can be is let them transform you into the person that you really want to be and let loose of control. End of story. End of lecture. I will see you guys middle of December. Bye.